Well, I mean, we need to. We've got a new person to replace Ms. Lipside, who's looking at anti-Semitism, looked at on the Biden administration all over the world. And I think Trump's got a good person there. As far as police work, there just needs to be more and more money for secure facilities at synagogues and churches that have been threatened or been attacked. And they need to have protection and money to have protection and security patrols. And they didn't have enough money in the budget as much as was requested by the Jewish groups. That needs to happen. And this war needs to get over. Much of this anti-Semitism is because of the war. The hostages need to be released. Israel needs to end the war and stop having troops in Gaza. Hamas needs to go. They started on October 7th, but it needs to end. Hostages need to come home. Gazans need to be fed, and we don't need to be having any kind of questions about the health conditions of the people in Gaza.
Tim, what would be the major adjustments you would make to our policy vis-a-vis that conflict?
I'm disappointed in our public colleges and institutions that allowed this to go on. You see Jewish kids not being able to get to classes. I mean, they violate their Steve's the attorney, I'm not, but they violate their constitutional rights. That's why I went to our speaker and said in a closed-door Republican meeting, it's pretty well documented, what I said was these Jewish folks are being targeted, man. We got to start looking after our own members. I worry about Steve. I worry about some of my other buddies across the aisle and on my side of the aisle that are the Jewish faith. And I told the speaker, I said, you better start doubling it up for those guys because it's coming, and we better be ready for it.
All right, now let's talk about what we're talking about instead of talking about things that matter, which is Epstein all the time, but with no disclosure. That's the part I don't get, Steve. I do not believe in the good faith of your party's interest in the Epstein files, okay? I'll be completely transparent. I'm not disparaging you, Steve, never have. But you guys had plenty of time to make this a cause. It wasn't until it seemed to be bad for Trump. But at least you guys are asking for the files. What is your understanding of why nothing has been released? I'll start with you, Steve.
First of all, Chris, I was on Judiciary Committee. I'm still on Judiciary Committee, and I questioned Bill Barr when he was Attorney General about Epstein and about how it was so convenient that his prison guards weren't watching him at the time and his convenient death. I questioned FBI Director Wray about what was found at Epstein's townhouse, what was the movies, the films, whatever they got out of the safes, whatever they got out of the townhouse, and the raid. And he didn't give me a satisfactory answer and didn't give me an answer. So I was the only person in Congress for 8 years who brought this up, both to Barr and Wray, who knew about what was taken out of the townhouse. What was taken out of the townhouse should be released too. And I guess that's part of the Department of Justice, as part of their records, and that should be disclosed. But that's what I think is the smoking gun. There were films. Epstein had cameras in his townhouse where he had secret films taken in several places. And I think he probably extorted people.
You're right, but I don't know that those tapes are a smoking gun. And again, I am suspicious. I don't think there's a client list. I don't think there was a murder. And they may not give you satisfactory answers, but, you know, ignorance is different than having the arrogance of a cover-up. Tim, look, Trump promised this. And for me, that's the end of the discussion. You put two people in power who say they knew there was a client list, they know there was a murder, now they're in positions of power, and it's not happening. And instead, they're subpoenaing all these Democrats. They don't want to talk to Alex Acosta? You don't want to talk to any of the survivors? You don't want to talk to the president, who's his best friend? What do you think this is about for you, Tim?
I don't think he's his best friend. I think it's pretty well documented. He banned him from Mar-a-Lago 15 years ago before he suicided, was allowed to commit suicide, which I actually tweeted about. I remember I was at the beach, and then 15 minutes later, somebody said, Burchett, you're a modern-day prophet. And I said, why is that? And they said, just found Epstein, he killed himself. And I said, there ain't no way he killed himself. And I still don't believe he killed himself. I don't care who tells me otherwise. But, yeah, I asked for to bring in Miss Maxwell. She's the one that holds the keys to the kingdom. She knows everything. And is she a liar? Maybe. But if she lies, she goes back under original sentence. And I don't agree with lessening her sentence or giving her anything other than the end of a rope to be hung. I don't care for any of those people. I'd send them all to hell. As Steve will tell you, I sponsored some of the toughest laws in the country. Steve helped me with the ICAC funding in Tennessee, Internet Crimes Against Children. He was one of the first on. We put it in the 3 grand divisions of our state. I sponsored bills to castrate child molesters. I sponsored the death penalty. It was thrown out as unconstitutional. Look, I'm one of the few members of Congress that has held the hands of somebody who's been molested. It is a life sentence. There's 1,000 little girls. I was on one of your so-called rival networks, and a lady said these young women had sex with these men. I said, ma'am, they were raped by these men. Let's get that straight. Yeah. And she said, I stand corrected. So look, I don't know the answers. I'm not sure why Biden sat on it for 4 years. I don't know why Pam Bondi said she had it all sitting on her dadgum desk. And I agree with you. I said this a long time ago. Those lists, you know, I know a lot of criminals. Steve and I have served with some, and they very rarely would write down on, you know, they'd have a list of people, of their clientele, of people that they've ripped off or extorted. So you know, I don't think we're going to know any of the answers till in eternity. I'm on the other side talking to God about it, because this thing's gone so deep, and these people are not for this country. They don't play in either party. They just seem to survive this stuff because they've got money in the transactions. But I think the bank transactions are where we go.
Yeah,
I think
bank transaction. There's data there. There's data. Yeah. So just put it out. I don't know. Honestly, I'll be honest. Some people feign shock. They feign a lack of understanding. I really don't get, especially with President Trump, especially with what he promised, especially with how he handles his administration, why this is lingering this way when they could absolutely do more than they have. Just starting with him saying to Bondi, go explain what you meant. Whatever your answer is, it is. Go say it now. Anyway, Steve Cohen, thank you for being with me.
That client list, when she said that, you know, that was indefensible.
Well, let her defend it.
Alex Acosta did that deal. He didn't do the deal for Epstein. He did the deal for Trump.
Well,
Trump's who appointed him to Secretary of Labor.
Have him answer for himself. Subpoena him, and let's hear what he says. But, Steve, thank you very much. Tim, I love you. I'm glad you're okay. Thank God, you know, it wasn't what it could have been, because
I know you got to go, but let me say something about Steve Cohen. He gets as much grief for being my buddy as I do for being his. Look, the guy called my mama. The guy called my mama when my daddy died. I can't get past that. Steve is one of my dearest friends in Congress. We were in the Senate together. We raised the speed limit in Tennessee together. I was a House sponsor. We brought Isaac Hayes to the floor of the Senate, and we sang the theme from Shaft. And we brought our buddy Steve Cropper in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He introduced me to him. We've got a great history. We aren't going to agree on anything, but Steve Cohen's my friend.
Hey. That's all that matters.
Tim, what's our singer friend who was against child born, and we helped pass those bills for in Knoxville?
A country music singer. Let's see.
Don't get it wrong, because you'll get me sued.
He was an actor too. He was an actor.
If you don't know who it is, don't say a name.
Are you talking about? Oh shoot, I don't know. I don't know.
Good.
I can't remember.
Let's leave it. It's one more thing we got to find out. Yeah, I know. You got kicked by a horse. I'm going to be using that forever, by the way, Tim. Now that you're okay, I'm using it forever every time you say something I don't like. But thank you both. Thank you both for coming on.
Love you, Chris.
Appreciate you both. Thank God you're okay. Steve, thanks. Great to see you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.